welcome back to
Homies in the Hallway.
Podcast for Stoners and Stonettes, where we smoke, toke, and poke fun of the world, one puff at a time. I am your host, Sixto.
I'm John.
I'm your baby.
And today, episode 49 of Homies in the Hallways podcast. That's crazy, we're nearing up 50.
We are there, boys. Ooh, what's gonna
Halfway
happen
to
to
triple
50?
digits.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
It just so happens to be St. Patty's Day today.
Hey,
shout out
St.
my boy
Patrick's
St.
Day.
Patty.
Shout out
If
my
it weren't
boys
for
in.
him, I'd be a crippling alcoholic right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Shout out.
all of you celebrating out there, be safe, have fun.
I'm saying.
This would have already came out.
Shout
the
out
day
to
after.
Ireland, Scotland, potatoes,
Oi.
all of it.
I'm wearing green for today.
Ooh,
Apenas.
nice. I got green candy.
In honor of that holiday, we're here to get a little
Little
tipsy with you
cheers.
guys. Here to
Yes,
get a little
sir.
crazy, you know. We're all of age. We're all proper adults.
Allegedly.
Don't worry. And after this,
There we go.
and speaking of St. Patrick's
St.
green,
San Patrick.
I got some more green stuff we're gonna get into in a second. You know what I mean?
Because this is a podcast for stoners and stonettes.
We don't forget about you girls.
Well, we're at it. How are you guys doing? Leave comments down below. Cheers. So look at that. You just take it a sip
Oh,
already
sorry.
without us.
What a guy. It's cold. You know what? It's cold, but it's tasty. I don't like it when I get it still. What's it called?
This is good as fuck.
What's that called?
I don't even taste any
Brain freeze?
Dímelo.
You ever get a brain freeze for
Papi.
drinking too fast or no?
Sometimes.
Dude, I haven't got
You
a break
ever,
in years.
You ever have a fight with your wife when you drink too fast?
Wow. Anyways, enough about my first marriage.
Oh.
Boys, how's it going? Come on. How's it going? Let the people know what you've been up to in this past week.
Shit. Fucking bitches.
Working.
Yeah, honestly, dude, working a lot, but
John's over here trying to be a doctor.
yeah, no, I gotta go see one for this neck. If you guys know anything about shoulder pain, and while you're at it, look up stuff about alopecia. Let me know.
Yeah,
You know?
the boy's been struggling to get his hairline back
I'm
for like a
saying,
year.
I'm trying to feel like a real man lately, and
A real
It's hard.
boy.
you know.
So far you're feeling like Pinocchio. You want to feel like Geppetto.
Like I had that, like I didn't feel like a real man like today at work, because like the manager knows that my neck and shoulder stuff is like bad. So then I go to start we're bringing carts out to the food carts out to the to the floor. And I go to grab one with like that has a bunch of cans on it. It's kind of heavy, and he's like, no, let him to get that one. Just grab one of the easier ones. I'm like, oh. It's like, yeah, I get it. You want to look out for me, but it's like, you made me feel less like a man.
Well, you're the one there like, okay.
At the same time, I'm like, all right, it's easier at work. I was ready to get a break, but still.
Put them in, man. That's how you get injuries real quick.
Yeah,
Forcing it when you shouldn't.
unfortunately.
Just like you do with your dates, no?
Speaking of dates,
too
when was the
crazy.
last time you've been on one?
Your mom didn't give you the leftovers I sat with me last night?
You're good.
We have fun here, ladies and gentlemen.
And in terms of fun, I want to get a little hitski here because these guys already
remember,
fucking hit.
This is a podcast for stoners and stonettes. And while he does that, and throughout the episode, I'm gonna be rolling this blunt. So if you still don't have yours rolled, roll it with me. Let's do it together.
Or
Anyways,
just take a hit
give
from
me
a
my
bowl.
phone
Like
real quick for a quick second.
We have a couple
Thank
updates
you.
we want to do here on the station with you guys to
Exactly.
keep you informed with what is and what was and what is the best.
No, I know we haven't talked about Marvel in a second since Quantumania. That's because,
It was garbage. No.
No. We're gonna put it in our ranking because we haven't done it yet.
Cheers.
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 He's a queer.
Whoa. Let's see.
And I have zero fear.
Oh,
Whoa.
cero miedo. Shout out to Pentagon Jr.
When Tito jerks off, he has tears. No.
Damn. Hey, man.
I told you that in confidence.
Okay, I was just trying to see if we actually put Wakanda Forever in here, and we put it at A.
Yeah, I know.
I stick to that, yeah.
Stick to that?
A little bit of nada aquí, man. Y'all left me with nothing.
Okay, man, it happens.
Alrighty, so yeah. Where do you guys want to rank from F to A,
Give it a C+.
or F to E, F to S, I mean, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
C+.
C plus. Huh?
C+. I think it was alright. Could have been way better. A little bit more, like, dramatic and suspenseful than, like, being a comedy family film.
Okay, I feel you on that.
Nada aquí, bebé.
You sure some of that, boy?
I am. That's my brother.
What's it called? I think that C category, I feel like that's fair.
It's fair enough. I mean,
yeah. Como it's just, I wish, like, me personally, like, with the mom, like, hey man, just tell us what happened. If you just told us, like,
I just don't like.
You know
why
what
do
I'm
they
saying?
watch these movies and then they're like, yeah, we're gonna keep the scene in?
I don't know.
You know?
Yeah. She said the same thing legit like 5 different times. And it's like by the time you could have like said it, like we would have
Already an
all
hour
this.
in.
Yeah, legit.
It's like it's just like give a little backstory because I mean we didn't get a lot of like what happened with her when she was down there for however many years.
We just know okay, she was just getting some, getting dick down.
Yeah.
Pero would have been cool to see like some adventures.
I mean, wouldn't you? If you had been however long.
I mean, maybe
your
I
husband.
guess. She just like straight up admitted it too, and he was like, "Yeah, I guess."
It's like yeah, me too.
yeah. To be fair, he's sick. He went on the date.
Shout out to
So we're putting
cheating on your
it
significant
in.
other.
We're putting it in C.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was good. I'm gonna give it a C plus plus. Like it's just there to make it a B. If it just makes slight decisions in it, it would have been easily a B.
Shazam! Fury of the Gods is better. And I haven't even watched it.
Oh wow.
Nah, I don't know. It's just like I want so much from the Marvel universe, and they just not giving it up. You know. It's like you're a kid and you want to play with the toy, and then your parents are like, "No, give me the toy," and it's like, "But I want to play with the toy."
Yeah.
It just isn't what it is. You know.
You never skipped on the
The downfall.
Yeah.
I hope not, man, because I'm really excited for Secret Wars,
Sure.
which is so far away.
It's gonna
Like a
pick
couple
up.
years now.
It's gonna pick up. It's gonna pick up, guys. We'll get there.
Here's
And
hoping.
the next movie is Guardians 3. We'll see what happens. I have high hopes for that one. So
I just think it's those big names is what's really gonna get it. Because out of Ant-Man, the only cool one was like the first one.
I like the second one.
It's a background movie.
It's a fun movie. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have a nice time, so people laugh a little.
That's what my girl said. She left me.
Wow. Anywho, so this guy finally watched, well, not all of it, but he's caught up to 5 episodes of The Last of Us. So me and Nacho have watched the whole thing.
And again, we're getting Tito onto another great show. Tito, how's that feel?
It was okay. So the show itself, fantastic, right? It's the man, so many emotions.
A lot of emotions. Yes, okay, like it's a fucking video game, dog.
That's
That's what's really
true.
surprising.
Yeah.
Now, question: did you play the game before watching or no?
No.
No, I know nothing about the game.
Same,
Nothing. And I enjoyed it. What'd you think about, we watched episode 1 together. Great. Great
Yeah,
episode. What'd you think about episode 3?
Dude,
That one's a little
so,
controversial.
I don't know why it would be controversial. I thought it was fine. Like it's a love tale between two guys. Like, hey, if you're tripping about that in 2023, like, dude, I don't know what to tell you.
Want to ask yourself a bunch of questions and hey, did I secretly like it?
It was a good tale. It was just the interesting, like how like he was able to just like fucking essentially run his own little like world there, man. Like he was just like the man.
Dude, yeah, he was
know what I'm saying?
ready.
He was very like, all right, you
He was
guys,
like, I
fuck
told
out
you
of
guys
here.
this was gonna happen. Everyone thought it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Who's
like,
crazy now?
Hey man.
Who's got the last laugh? Alright, no, hold on. Let's run through it like episode per episode, no?
Sure.
Alright, so the first one, you start with this guy named Joel, his daughter Sarah,
Do you want to
and we see the breakout happening, and then we have a couple time jumps from the beginning, Tito not knowing nothing and having gone into the episode blind. What did you think of the first episode?
The first episode is the
Especially at the beginning with his daughter.
yeah. I didn't see her being killed off as the luego.
Yeah, you
'Cause
thought she was gonna be the main character, no?
Yeah, because I only knew it was him and a girl. I didn't realize the girl wasn't his daughter. And then like the scene that happened. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it, you know. watch it. Pero yeah, homie gets killed, and I was like, no mames. See, like this is coming from a dude who has like two nieces. So like that hit a little hard. Like Jesus, if someone were to, I don't even know what to like.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Her acting to me, and I was like, dude.
Yes.
She looks like she's in actual like real pain from getting shot.
And then there's something I think John had mentioned when we were watching it was like afterwards, like in that same episode, he's just working on like throwing out like bodies that have been contaminated, and then like the contrast of like how like emotion. Like how much emotion he felt, like obviously when his daughter died, and then like later on, just like right,
the numbness,
just
the numbness. Just
I've done it before.
Oof. That's crazy.
Man.
And and then that 20-year time skip, like damn, they went so far up into the future. I didn't expect it.
The little interview with the doctors in the beginning, how they're talking about like how there could be an infestation of the mushrooms.
Oh,
That's fucking wild, and like that's a real thing with our society, like our world. So it's like
watch out, guys.
watch out with
which is the one thing they actually
mushrooms.
explored more than the game has, because the games didn't really explore much of the origin. But like, well, I heard, but you know that they made the resemblance to our world. That like, oh, what if the world got a little warmer? That's all it needs for the mushrooms to do their thing,
and then grow,
mushrooms,
and then
fungus.
be able to harvest inside.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then the zombies, or what would you call them? Like,
Infected.
Man, you know what? They look fantastic.
They do
Like
look
as
really
like fucked up as that may sound, like visually, they like if I were to see one, I'd shit my ass and like be like, hey, I'm done. You know what? Fuck.
dude. Cool on that.
But the whole I like their relationship. Okay, like you see with him and Ellie, how it's like
starting
first it's like up. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about you, your cargo, this and that.
In the second episode, really quick, do you want to go by it? That's like
Up to you. What else do you have to say about the first episode?
It was just great, yeah. Overall,
They're finding their way to get out. The end scene when he gets caught by the one cop, and then his Vietnam flashback.
Yeah.
Dude, I felt the rage. The way he screams out the man, like you know he's gonna kill him, and it's like God damn.
I'm saying the definition of no mercy, man.
That's a man's man.
Dude,
That's a man's man right there. Honestly, endure and survive.
And just Pedro Pascal's acting is just top notch. Like you could tell this is a character that's Joel, and then when you see him in Narcos, like that's that character. When you see him in Mandalorian, like oh no, he's the Mandalorian.
Din Djarin.
Yeah.
And then Wonder Woman, we will never speak of.
Yeah. And even though he was the best part of the movie, like.
Yeah. Life is good, but it can be better.
Can be better.
All right, episode 2. We're starting on the adventure of them getting out or getting through to the city, you know? So like drop her off with the fireflies.
Right.
And it starts with them and like she's waking up, no? She's a smartass. I love that about Ellie. She's so fucking like just a little like
she said that innocence kid in her like hey,
she's like a Louise.
What do you guys think about the actress?
I think she was great, yeah.
She's
fantastic,
really
yes.
She was okay.
Wow.
It was a little no. It was a little off at first, but like she really grew on me, and I'm like, yeah.
That last episode, really, yeah.
Or like the 8th one.
Dog.
Yeah, I'm saying right.
Yeah. Yeah, he's almost there. Don't worry.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there by
next
Monday.
episode for sure.
Yeah. And yeah, they're just finding their way out of there. We learn more about the mushroom folk. There's a type that's a hive mind, and if you were to touch a little thing of mushroom in one place, they're all gonna come get you, which is even scarier than like zombies, you know? It's like that's a thing where like they know exactly where you're at.
Yeah,
it's like
spooky.
And we see them fight 2 clickers. So Tito, you didn't know nothing about the games and how there's stages of the infected?
No
So like seeing that, what did you think?
The fight scene itself was great, man. Like I was scared.
But the concept of like their echolocation, so it's like if they hear
that's
anything.
yeah.
Not only that, like if you step on any type of fungus, they'll create like a signal out to anyone nearby to let you know, hey, they're over here, which is fucking crazy.
Y como I was saying earlier, yeah, just visually they look like fantastic CGI.
Yeah,
A1.
I like how they went with the we'll do it live instead of trying to CGI their shit.
It's prosthetics.
Oh, was it really?
A good amount of it. Yeah.
My apologies.
Pero Yeah, and like that's the design in the game. Yeah, see, so like, shit's spooky.
Yeah.
I don't want one of those running after me.
Would you rather live in this world or The Walking Dead?
No, I'd rather be fungus. Not Walking Dead.
I haven't seen enough of The Walking Dead to
Just like
say.
just getting ripped apart.
Yeah,
I'm
getting
good.
ripped apart, and I'm cool.
I'd rather
with it.
become a mushroom.
Not even that, like, just kill me.
So that is the
Yeah.
which is, speaking of which, in the second episode, yeah, like around the tail end, is the so the fight scene happens, and then we realize it's the Tess, yeah, was infected, and then it's at the end when they get to what was it, a church or?
I think it would look like a church, no? Some sort of like.
I thought it was like a museum or something. Or
A big building, essentially.
or something. I don't know.
somewhere downtown.
Y es de cuenta, Joel and Ellie, yeah, they dip, and then like she sacrifices herself, pero like before she sacrifices herself, the way que homie just like the infected came to her, and then it's just like, ugh. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
you're just really there.
Cause
Then,
it gets
like,
a bite, like yeah, I was telling him like he could have bit her on the neck or something, or or like he said on the one that she already had. Straight for the mouth though. I was like,
I'm saying, I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
I would put like my arm up or
I'm
something.
saying, right? Because like the way he looked, I was like,
And there's people
wow,
saying
that-
like she didn't stop him or try to hesitate because like the fungus was already affecting her, where she was
Oh, yeah.
kind of feeling like she needed to do it.
Oh, to like connect
okay,
to
so
it
that would
because
make
like
sense.
the cordyceps like speaking to each other.
Exactly.
That's fucking wild.
That is
dude.
fucking wild,
That's how
right?
smart it is. Dude.
Jesus.
Imagine you see an infected and it looks at you and it smiles. Like that's not the human doing it. That's the fungus doing it.
Or
That'd be
like,
creepy
oh
to
no,
think
we'll get
about.
to it though. All right, episode 3, Bill and Frank.
What a couple.
What a story. That
Yeah.
was really
What an
beautifully
episode,
told.
you know?
That was a beautiful story, dude. Man, so many emotions. Like
Yeah.
Shout out Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. The other guy
At what
también.
point did you cry during that episode? Or?
I didn't, pero cuando I really felt like, damn, like
It was definitely
shit's
like
going. Henry
left
was
you.
at the end. Well, not at the mero al final, pero like once he tells him his request, like how he wants to go out.
Yeah.
On the
I
couch.
was like, wow.
And then we
yeah.
get married. I'm like, oh,
Like, God damn, yeah.
it's like wow. And you would think because it was 2003 when it happened, like marriage wasn't really for gay people, wasn't really. A
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, it's true. Everyone was still closeted up.
Right.
Especially with like a man like that, like a hard tipo, masculine machismo.
Right. Eso y también I will say about the whole series, their shots are fantastic.
Mhm.
Especially así in this episode in particular. There's a scene cuando Frank had made like a garden of strawberries. When they're in that field, oh my
Little
god, the shot,
sunshine.
oh,
Beautiful shot.
beautiful,
Really good,
yes.
Really good.
Do you think they like did it by accident where it was like the sun got no keep it right there? No,
Oh.
they had planned
Maybe
it so like
they
the
would
sun would be right
imagine,
there
yeah.
at that
That's
moment.
a beautiful shot to get.
Yeah. How do you even plan something like that? You know, it's like all right, let's just see if
you
the
take note of where the sun's gonna land.
That day, right?
just for a small little strawberry scene, attention to detail.
That's
like
what the folks who like chase the night sky. That's what they do. They track where everything's gonna be.
Interesting.
'Cause there's a little app where you can track it and like it'll tell you where the moon's at right now, and then where it's gonna be in a couple hours. It's pretty legit. It's like science. There's a science corner brought to you by Homies in the Hallway.
Hey.
But like starting back on it, him constructing his whole fucking habitat and his own little like area.
Fucking smart.
One of like the best like prepared like scenes.
dude, yeah.
In like any survival movie or show that I've seen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And not only that, like his traps were 100% effective. Nobody even like even by the time he died, he was fine. No one tried to raid it. Like
Yeah.
no one was
Yeah.
successful
There
in
was
the
the
raiding.
one attempt, but he fought them off.
Easy peasy.
Did you think he was gonna die cuando he had got shot or not?
Yeah.
For a quick second, I'm like,
yeah,
oh damn.
I'm sure they try to make you believe that he did, and then after everything, it was usually the more healthier guy that goes out by the sickness early.
Ain't that crazy?
Mm.
Do like in the game or anything? Do they know what sickness it is or
Probably not.
just something, some illness,
Mm,
Parkinson's?
Maybe
No, that's the one where you shake.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle J Fox.
Yeah, he does have it. Yeah. Pero
Great episode, 100%.
I like the scene with him and Joel when they're eating lunch.
Yeah.
You know,
Get that
because
gun out
they're
of my
both the
face.
hard asses. Yeah, exactly. and they're trying to protect their coup.
Nick
And then the
Offerman.
contrast when they're playing the piano scene. Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
The guy's
what a
going like,
man.
yeah,
it
he
was-
comes in like a little softer makes 10 times the difference.
Yeah, it does. It's
What's
pace,
it called?
yeah.
Shout out to Nick Offerman.
Mhm.
Great
Shout out to the
acting in this episode. I hope to see you in more things.
Here's
soon.
to you.
Shout out to you, Doug.
You're
Come
not
on,
just
guys.
for
You guys are
comedy.
slowing down.
You're not just for comedy. You're a drama guy, and I like that.
Wow,
Shout out
that's
to you,
just
man.
something number dose.
On to number dos. Anything else about the episode? When they're getting there, and at the end, when
Oh, and then
Joel
they walk
arrived
in.
there.
You can still see the 2 wine glasses on the table in the
Yeah, the
background.
food. I was like, ah.
I mean, just that whole scene, kid. He's like, "Oh, this is my last day." From then on, it's like
Sad.
fighting.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, kid. I thought was a little funny, kid. Like, so he tells them that they're on bed, no?
Mm.
He gets himself ready. They go downstairs, sit on the couch, and talk even more about it. It's like, wow. That's real love right there.
You know what I'm
You
saying,
know what I
right?
mean?
I was just thinking that when I
Yeah.
watched that scene, I'm like, they stopped that conversation just so they could get ready, and then
Go
You ready?
downstairs. Yeah, exactly.
a lot of shows do that, or movies do that. I'm like, okay, all
Stop it,
right,
you gotta make it dramatic. Huh?
yeah, I guess so. So episode 4, guys. Wow.
Hold on.
Oh, really quick on the last on the third
Episode,
episode. Yeah. At the end, I was like, "Fuck!" When he wrote him the letter. First of all, how considerate they were to like leave the window open so that it wouldn't smell like.
Yeah.
Gee,
Like,
I
yeah.
wouldn't even have thought about that.
Yeah, me too.
And then the second part, then I was like, "Oh damn!" When he's like, "All right, keep this there to save."
That's
I was
Yeah,
like,
it's like fuck.
There's that little
Funny
moment
thing
I was
about
like,
that,
Yeah.
she's dead.
she's dead.
You want to see a magic trick? Walla Kazoo, she's no longer here.
No, I just thought it was very poetic how he was like, yeah, and then he decided to go out with him at the end. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you're my purpose. Like, if you're not here, why the fuck am I?
Exactly,
Yeah,
like,
I'm
you're old
as
enough.
fuck. Yeah,
Like,
Insane.
At that point,
such a beautiful love story. You know?
I'm
I'm
glad,
saying,
yeah,
yes.
because like you don't often get a happy ending in like a
Exactly.
survival movie.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
in this world, this was like a 1 in a million chance to have a nice little happy ending the way it did.
Exactly.
And the fact that they could just live off their land like for that long and
Yeah.
not be bothered except for the one time. It's pretty
Pretty much,
impressive.
yeah.
It's
You know what I
think
mean?
about
super
it.
impressive because I mean, look at Rick.
'Cause, like,
Fucking-
I wouldn't have thought about going to like the gas thing and turning it back
Right,
on.
yeah.
It's like,
I wouldn't even
motherfucker,
know
now that you
how
bring
to
it
do
up
it.
though.
I didn't even know how to do that. Like, how do you work the mechanics? Let me get the power grid back on.
We'll get quick jobs over at the Cleveland Power.
Does somebody just
Just
like
so that we know.
does somebody in the facility like, hey yo, the apocalypse happened, just turn it all off.
Yeah, you think everyone would freak out and like dip.
Just dip like mid stuff or whatever. I don't know.
Or you're getting like attacked by an infected in your job.
Oh,
That's just the whole concept of like an infected on a plane. And that's the reason the plane goes down. It's like wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucking
That's
scary.
scary. But oh no, episode 4, we start with them traveling, and she's bringing up her book, the puns.
Oh yeah,
That's some
yeah,
funny
yeah.
shit she's got there.
She's got some good zingers in there.
She has a good little couple.
Yeah, she's a little badass. She's cool. And then they make it to the city, and then they have that standoff with those guys.
Oh yeah.
That was like,
Oh, Joe shows how like he doesn't fuck around, man.
you have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
You have no
Cuando
idea.
Mhm.
Ellie was well, he was attacking the first two. He killed
Yeah.
one, and then the second one was on him,
Uh-huh.
and then Ellie stabbed him, and then he's like, "Hey, go over there."
No shot.
No, she shot him. in
Oh,
the
that's true.
spine.
That's true. That's
And
In
true.
the
he
spine
stabbed
of
him.
all places.
With his own knife.
That's the savageness that I love of Joel. He's like, oh, okay, you're gonna give up your knife? Alright, you, get behind the wall. But the way he screams for his mom, I was like, come on. Oh, you gotta put that in there.
Yeah.
I was like,
they added,
dude.
those little things of realism help
Yeah,
out.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it does.
at that point, like,
Plus, the guy looked young, you know.
Yeah. Looks like he was
Who
in
knows
his
how old he was.
early
Mm.
20s probably. But yeah, that was more like, hey, we're heading into the 5th episode. You know, because I
Mm.
like how they did the 4th and the 5th kind of happening at the same time ish,
Right.
or at least the first part of episode 5. Yeah. Oh, and then while we were watching episode 1 and 2 together, and like me and you were catching things that were like, you know, it's nice.
There's other things I catch también ahorita in these last episodes that we watched. It was
Oh.
I'll bring it up later on when you watch again. But what else in Phase 4? Episode 4?
Enough of Phase 4, man.
Joel and Ellie with the jokes about how diarrhea is hereditary. And
At the end?
Yeah, she got him to
She got him to break.
I'm like, yo.
When I saw
good.
that, I was like, oh, nice, that's cool. At least he can break a smile.
I'm saying.
A
Yeah.
little tough exterior. He's a
Fucking
little.
Clint
I love that
Eastwood.
guy.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
like the character a lot.
The ending of 4, I was like, Jesus Christ, because like the way that it ends is so they end up in a hotel. He puts glass on the floor so like in case anyone comes in, he can hear it. He ends up being woken up by Ellie, who has a gun to her head, and then in his face, Joe, who's like maybe mid, what?
No, he's like 56,
50s, por ahí?
50 something, yeah.
He's got a kid with a gun in his face, and it's like, no man, I was telling that, I'm like, dude, I'm so glad I didn't have to wait, because like we went right off this into the next episode.
Yeah,
And I
you
waited
wait
live.
for the next episode.
Dude, yeah, waiting
know what I'm
weekly
saying?
for this shit was
And
like.
I was like,
But you know what detail I liked? Okay, like they bring up, okay, like she says he can't hear from his right ear that well, and like the way he's sleeping when she's yelling for him, is with his left ear on the bed and then this side up, and he can't hear.
all right.
So like no wonder he couldn't hear them come in.
Not only that, is because he initially laid down on the right side, but then when she told that joke, he laughed and turned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But the storyline of like the Kathleen and all that, what you think?
So in the 4th episode, I was like, oh wow, like
Okay, you see like
crazy.
I did not
she's
like
talking
that
to the old
bitch.
guy.
It wasn't until the 5th episode and I'm like, oh wow,
This was crazy.
she's- yeah.
Yeah. And then you realize the old guy that she killed the episode before was the same guy that was helping them.
Right. I was like, damn.
So he was helping them.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to say nothing.
And he was the doctor who delivered her at childbirth. So
Right.
that's even crazier.
Yeah. But like, even though he was like, "I'm your doctor," he has a point though. Like, if he's the only medical guy on the thing, he's pretty valuable.
Yeah, honestly.
Because if you got no one else, like, what do you
What's the
keep just
point?
banding yourself up? Like, it's not gonna.
Yeah.
You need
drink your Sunny D and
keep
pray to
going.
Hulk Hogan that everything's gonna be okay. You know what I mean?
That's it.
But episode 5, guys. Don't forget, this is the podcast for Stoners and Stonettes. So cheers if you're smoking your
Cheers,
blunt,
like,
your
what
joints,
about
your
everything?
bowls. Join us. Cheers. Episode 5, guys. Yeah.
Man, episode 5. So
let's
like,
start in the beginning. Well,
for sure.
cause like,
We see how it aligns.
well, yeah. So like, cause I'm trying to remember like how it started. Cause it starts with a flashback, no?
Yeah.
Okay, like him escaping. So yeah. What do you think about the fact that like his brother's death?
The way he was able to communicate, I thought was fucking smart with the booklet.
Yeah.
The thing he had.
The little writing thing.
It reminded me of, I don't know if you, sorry, real
just
quick.
quick.
I'm gonna go.
I don't know, this was an old movie, but there was about a bird, no, like he couldn't like talk with his voice. So he went to school for whatever reason, and then he like learned how to read and write. And then like he had his own little chalkboard and shit. He went to go like show his swan friends, but like they don't know how to read and write. And it's like, so what are you doing, kid? And it's like, that's quite unfortunate. Yeah. It reminded me of that.
It sounds familiar. It sounds familiar for sure.
But dude, man, what a great combo those two were.
I was gonna say, I like that a constant repetition thing in this show is that like they keep arriving to places just after something big happens. So like, for example, in the first episode, like Joel and Tess get there after that whole battery fight scene happened, and then now changes, plans change, and now they have to take.
They have to like.
And then what's it called? In Bill of Frank, they get there after they die. You know.
Yeah.
And then even in this episode, they get there after the big showdown of the leader of the resistance dying.
Yeah, like 10 days after.
Yeah. So it's like a big thing where like they're showing up after something happens.
Ha.
So yeah, we're in Kansas now.
Kansas.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah.
But they are actually. And we see they meet up with Joel and Ellie, and like we continue on with that scene. And their team up it initiates though with the
Yeah.
food y todo, que like they didn't have a lot, so they gave him some food.
Because it's
Yeah,
like
the
these.
extra to Sam.
Henry like knew the way, and he needed Joel to help them get through the way. So that
I
was
don't
the
fuck
exchange.
with rats. It's like,
Yeah.
dog, you have to at this point.
Yeah. And like his situation was different because it's like he had no other choice
Yeah.
to save his little brother. Man, it's crazy. What you gotta do? It's like, you know?
I didn't really catch it. Like, he had given up Kathleen's brother to the Fedra, and then they killed him. And then that's what led everyone else to revolt and like pretty much do like an ambush on the like their capital.
That was like their last straw. They were like, all right, let's just do it.
You saw how they were torturing everybody.
That was crazy.
They were
The
dragging
crazy- I
a
was like,
body
Jesus
across
with
the
knives in
yeah.
it. It's like
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's what I like to see. Give me the realism. Don't hold back. If you're a TVMA,
2023.
show me that.
I'm saying there was one done a chick. It might have been a dude or girl. She grabbed this, I see like a beer bottle, and they just beat the shit out of the dude over the face, and then it started like attacking. Yeah,
They just
I was like,
straight up showing him.
Jesus.
Or the guy hanging him higher.
Yeah.
It's like Jesus, guys.
Reminded me of Carlos Escobar.
Imagine like the soldier hung all of your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would understand why you'd be so upset. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think about just the character of what's her name? The bitch,
Kathleen.
Kathleen. Yeah, I didn't not like her character, but I think that was on purpose. We're not supposed to like her.
She was supposed to be one of those like mid-level villains.
Yeah, and I was wondering, I'm like, why is she such a mid-level villain? And all these people are following her. It was because she was the sister of the leader.
The leader.
So it made sense. I'm
The way
like,
she
why?
was talking about him in the one room.
Yeah,
It
but it
was
seems
sus.
like
It was sus,
boy, Kansas,
Pero,
Alabama.
I was telling him, kid, one of the cool things about it is that they have like the people from the game, their live action roles are different, that they're still in the show.
Yeah, you'll
That's
see
sick.
more later on.
Excuse me, pardon me, I apologize.
But yeah, they pretty much get through. They get down into the tunnels where I heard there's a lot of Easter eggs in that room. I didn't play the game, so I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Oh, when they're
When they're in that
kitty
little
thing.
kitty room, yeah, and they're chilling.
I was glad that Sam and Ellie were able to like just be kids for a second, you know, because like
Yeah.
I felt like shit they were like had been through. It's like, hey man,
Just living in that world,
kids,
dog.
yeah.
Not only that, he's deaf. Imagine being deaf and
No, that's
living
what
in
I'm
that
saying.
world.
Like
Yeah.
when they're first about to leave the building, and like Joel and Ellie arrive and they crash into the building, he gets scared because he sees his brother scared. He can't hear that.
right? Yeah.
So it's like, dude, like you're purely surviving off of like what you see.
yeah,
It's like, dog. No,
I'm not allowed that one.
Imagine if he was blind too.
shit.
Yeah, and then like down in the room, like they're like shh, and while they're going in, shh, be quiet. And then all of a sudden, when they're in the room, kick the ball into the wall. I'm like, so much for being so quiet, no? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That storyline también, que like they drove all the infected underground. That was pretty wild.
I didn't think it was gonna come back until
it did.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much they get out of the tunnel and they start making their way, but some old ass sniper man just right pop.
He was one of the boys.
But he was just trying to stall for time so the other peeps can get there. And then
I'm not gonna lie. At the end, like at that point, I thought they were gonna make it scot-free.
I thought like they're gonna make scot free. The
No
episode
way.
was gonna end.
Yeah, I'm like, no way. Just like
Yeah,
it's easy.
Yeah, and then what came after? Amazing. They got there and
It was a great sequence of like a back and
great
forth.
sequence of back and forth, and on top of that happened what happened afterward. All the infected coming out of the ground. I'd say the best moment with the infected came in that episode
Yes.
of the show.
The bloater.
The bloater, dude.
That motherfucker was big.
I didn't even know about like there was different types of infected. So then when he started coming, I'm like, what the fuck? Imagine see that in front of you. Hell ass! He ripped the head off of that guy.
Opened his mouth and just rah.
That's like the Big Show. He was just infected.
It's Andre.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking crazy, man. But yeah, dude, that whole sequence and like they didn't make it like because it's typical for like zombies are slow. They came rushing out of there, dude. They were on ass.
Shit scared me.
Yeah,
The little girl zombie.
yeah.
The way she was like,
And she was
Just
definitely
contorting.
one of the infected that was in their room originally. Down. It was good.
sad.
And they actually got a little a girl that actually does acrobatics to play that role.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Contortionist.
Also, the kid, the deaf kid, he's actually deaf
Yeah.
in real life. Yeah, they
interesting.
actually
You
got.
know who his teacher is?
Mm.
From Baby Driver, the deaf guy. Ansel's father.
Oh,
Or like his caretaker over him.
That's cool.
That's
Shout
really
out to the
cool.
homie.
Shout out to the boy.
That's cool. Yeah.
And we move on to
Like pretty much. Oh, the whole sequence of like Ellie trying to save these two, like everything, the whole car knocking into this, shot beautifully, guys. And then Joel just.
Joel, not Joel.
Joel, dude. I know it's just spelled Joel, and I
Joel.
know so many Joel, so it just kind of Joel.
What happens?
Exactly. You gonna warn him?
Joel. There you go.
That's it.
When Kathleen pulled up and she's still like trying to kill it. And
Yeah, I was like, how's this bitch still
Yeah,
not, like,
dude.
hit
Come
by
on, we have so much of this
Not
shit
to
going
mention,
on.
she hesitated. Like she could have been killed him. In the earlier scenes when the people were coming on the back, she was just standing there for like 10 seconds, and then she does it later on again. She's waiting for the girl to just attack, like it's a fucking spy in wrestling. Yeah, that's crazy. So they get out of there scot free, no? Well, for the most part, and they make it back, thinking it's gonna be a fucking end of the episode, nice and bow on the top.
I don't know. From his facial reactions, I was like, something's off. Of the boy.
I didn't know. I had
I
no
was
idea.
actually thinking, I'm like, while they're in the car, I'm like, how are none of them? How did they both not get bit?
Yeah.
They just been on them, so I was like, something's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it was just a
When
sad
he asked
scene.
that question,
Yeah.
if you turn into a monster, is it still you inside? He's
Yeah,
like,
I was like,
fuck,
Sad,
man.
sad. And then rewatching and knowing like, he's gonna turn.
Fucking
And then-
Ellie trying to help out, getting her blood. My blood is
Loki,
medicine.
for a second, I was like, what if it works?
It's serious.
Yeah,
You know
the
what I mean?
second too. I'm like, hey, you know,
You never know.
It is a TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, though.
Bro.
Unfortunately, that's not how science works, you know.
Yeah.
You need a whole vaccine.
Not to mention, he probably got bit a couple hours prior for her doing that. He was probably already in his boy. I was gonna ask right there.
But I like the whole interaction they had with the comic books. Endure and
Yeah.
survive.
yeah.
And I heard that's
That's cool.
actually an Easter egg because you collect those comic books
In the
throughout the
game.
game. Yeah.
Nice.
And so she was like, I have 1, 3, 4, and 11, and he has this. And
5, 6, and 8. He had.
yeah, man. And then so
And
then
then
he
he
reveals, and he goes, bit.
That when she wakes up and he's sitting at the corner, did you think he was fine or what'd you think?
I thought that he was straight up. I thought that he was just like, you know, chilling. Like,
The really
looking at
crazy
sun.
part is the reason why he didn't attack Ellie, and he was just sitting there and didn't notice until Ellie touched him. Because remember, he's still deaf.
Oh.
Yeah. Attention to detail, man, is what I like.
Yo, beautiful.
You know, and then they come
And
out.
then that whole scene, he chases her, gets her down, and then the brother gets the gun right away.
Yeah, and the fact that it was the brother who did the deed, I was like, Christ.
And that was his first kill, too.
Yeah.
First kill, and then his second.
And then the reaction was so real. Like, oh my god.
What would
The way
you
he
do?
froze
Like, the
up and
thing
then-
you've been fighting for this whole thing died on your hands.
Yeah.
Well,
But at the end, he saw it like only he could do it, you know.
Right.
At
at the
least I
same
think.
time.
But it's still
It's so fucking
shout out to
sad,
the
yeah.
actor because my God, he did a terrific job with his facial expressions. Okay, you can see him in shock.
What did I do?
You see him feel like he knows he fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
the
see him
regret.
scared, and then like when he makes that decision, like you can just see it in his face. He's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Mm.
He's like, "Oh."
She was sad.
That shit.
He literally
yeah.
clocked out.
Tears.
He was like, alright, I'm off the shift.
No, that shit had me tearing up. For sure.
Damn. Shout
that
out.
one
Cheers. Drink to him, man. You know,
I don't
maybe
know-
in another universe.
I don't know about you, but I know que like I had like the littlest
La muda.
yeah, like
When that happened,
that knot on my
and you
throat.
just-
Because I don't know about you, but like as an older brother's perspective, I'm like, fuck man, I don't know, I can't kill that shit. Like,
Dude,
that's
that's what
my
I'm
dog,
saying.
you know
I
what
was
I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm
thinking
saying.
in the kid's perspective.
Or
you
it's
know?
like saying, like, Ceci's dying and she says, oh, take care of Lucy for me. You guys chill for a year and then this happens.
Fuck Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yeah, that's him. It's
Smoke.
no man, pero shit.
That one really hits. That one just shows you like the ugliness that can be in the
And
the
then
apocalypse.
yeah, and then Ellie's acting and then it just focuses on her face. Like I just saw someone like shoot themselves right
Yeah.
now. And then the whole silence of them just digging was just such a like sorrow, like what's that word? Like very
Sorrowful.
eerie, like end of an episode. It's
Eerie.
like eerie,
Eerie.
Lake Erie.
Theory.
Shout out Lake Erie. The best of the best. Just
In the Midwest.
Stop polluting. Think that's still a thing?
What?
Pollution.
It always has been, you know. I've
It
always
always
wondered,
has
like,
been.
where do like dumps go? Like after.
Technically, we pollute every day because we're driving. And that's all emissions. That's why I might get a Tesla. If I had money, first car I'd buy is a Tesla.
That's why I can't wait for the Apple 17.0 update when they we're gonna make our own rain. The sun can come and go as we please. We're gonna get there one day.
So yeah, episode 5, guys. Since we both watched the episode in full, you want to just give a quick 1 to 10? The grading?
I'm biased. I'd give it like all of them like a 9 or a 10.
I was gonna say I give this whole show an 8.5 out of 10. The only thing that it needed was just okay. Shh.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure you don't give it.
You already know what I was gonna say though.
I don't. Whisper it. I think I'll make noises. Oh, yeah.
But season 2, you know. We'll get into it.
Yes, okay, The Last of Us Part 2, it's gonna be multiple seasons. You're good. We're good?
No, you're good. We're just talking about how they confirmed the 2nd season.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. And actually, this show broke records for HBO, like being like their highest episode watched and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And even like, because usually there's a decline after the episodes go on, but like no, they had it like still like 7th, 8th episode, 8.9 million viewership same day it comes out. It's like wow.
And that's so far how far you're in, which is episode 5. So, yeah.
So yeah, next week.
Now they're off to the Pertami.
Exactly. Next, if not the next one, then the one after that. This guy will have been caught up, and we can finish it off and just talk full rating for the whole show. You know. But yeah. Any upcoming shows where you're like, all right, I'm gonna get on top of this. Other than Mandalorian season 3, which is fucking heat right now.
Oh, I haven't seen the 3rd
Come
episode.
on, get on it, dude. That 3rd episode's good.
Gonzo was watching Superman and Lois, and no lie, it looks pretty decent.
I've only heard good things
lie.
about it. I heard that's the only good show on CW.
No, The Flash is good, only up to like season 3.
Season 3, I heard, yeah. Just after that, it's like...
I'm telling you.
Is Arrow still on or no?
After that, it was just...
Arrow? No, Arrow finished years ago.
Yeah.
Flash is finishing this year.
Did you watch it till the end or no?
No, dude. There's times I want to, but I mean, I'm like, I could do other shit with my time. I tried to do with the Vampire Diaries recently, like a month ago. But I was adamant about it for like a good 2 weeks, and I was like, why am I doing this? Like, I could just look up a YouTube video and like, see like what really happened.
That's how I feel when I start watching Clone Wars, dude. I'm like, there's so many episodes, I could just watch a video of everything explaining it to me.
I wish you could just do that, download it into your brain, and you're like, oh, no way.
That's how I feel about food. It's like, I wish you could just download it, it's already there, I'm on a rush to work, I just need something in my stomach.
I feel you on that. A quick little beam me up, Scotty.
I had one of those, I wish I could pick something with the Force thing today at the truck. I just thought to my mind. Just keep going.
And it never
But
did.
nothing happened.
That's always, or like, are you the type que like you go to a door, que, do you know like the Target door? You know like the sliding doors? Do you do the...
Oh, cuando you
I've actually never done that, I've just seen people do it. You would think
You
that would
should
be a
do it.
perfect time to do it, no?
You should do it. Even,
These aren't the droids you're looking
it's
for.
fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's
He does
fucking
it.
Obi-Wan
He says he
Kenobi.
does it.
Dude, why not? Like,
You're Obi-Wan Kenobi.
you're
man.
Obi-Wan
Might as
Kenobi,
well.
you're the Jedi. You know?
He's got the like facial features I want to be a white man. No. No, like the beard and like the hair. I'm alright, thank you though.
Oh, dude. Oh, fuck. Never mind.
We were gonna give something away.
I was gonna talk about season 3 of Mandalorian, but you didn't watch the 3rd
I
episode.
haven't watched the 3rd episode. This was over there.
Oh,
like,
what do you guys think
Like
about
at the
my
monkey
theory? You
good
know how King, you know how King is like, oh, you're an Avenger. That killed you before. And you're not the one with the hammer, are you?
oh, the whole theory.
The whole theory that he's talking about Cap. That's a pretty solid
interesting theory.
because he's wearing a quantum suit, which is from like an Ant-Man like style type of suit. And on top of that, same kind of hair. You wouldn't, kind of same features a little bit. Just only this guy's more muscular, but
Right.
like if you see a lot of people, you wouldn't even.
Beautiful. Okay.
Shout out John Jones.
I'm excited for that match
Versus
with Stipe.
Stipe.
That's gonna be really where he
Cleveland
proves
boy.
whether or not.
There's also theories that like the Nomad series, that's in under development. That's just rumored. Like it's rumored like
What's Nomad?
that Captain America Returning the Stones. Like there's lots of reports that like Omar Rasool is actually considered as like very interested in doing that. And like you know how Scarlett Johansson wants to come back direct something? It would be that starring Chris Evans.
I don't know.
Would it be live action or would it be like animated?
I want to see it. But I just
It's all hypothetical.
it doesn't have to be a long story. It could just be like 3 episodes. Or even a special. Perfect. Release a special. You're
Did you
returning
say
all
they
6
want to do a
stones.
special about Silver Surfer and Mephisto?
I
Or
feel
their
like
own?
specials are the way to go. If the story's too long and it's like, all right, you're trying
You can condense it
you
into
condense
that.
it. Yeah, exactly. All the best parts from there.
I don't know, man. It's just like I want to wait for the movies, but at the same time, it's like
Yeah, like at the same time now that they decided to slow things down, I'm like great, but like, now I gotta like now we're only getting 2 shows this year.
I'm gonna do a push up each day until another Marvel movie. And then watch me at the end of this. I'm all fucking jacked. It's gonna happen, boys. I got you.
No, but I just think they should release What If this year.
No.
Come
I
on,
don't think
that's
they
the
are,
only thing
though.
I'm
What if
waiting
was
for.
alright? I'd rather have Loki.
Dude, I actually rewatched the entire thing this week. I actually rewatched the entire thing. No, because my friend didn't watch it, and he was gonna watch Quantumania, and I'm like, bro, damn.
Better fucking break it. Cheers, boys.
Finish it before you had more.
How can you watch Quantumania without watching Loki? I mean, what are you doing? So yeah, I watched the entire thing.
You know what I've been getting disappointed with recently? Seeing the comparison memes of Quantumania and Spy Kids 3. Because, like, there was a scene...
Yeah.
Like, alright, spoilers for, like,
Quantumania.
Quantumania. But there's a scene where they show Sylvester Stallone as multiple characters, and it's himself. And I was like... And it said, like, this is exactly shot for shot what the post-credit scene of Quantumania was. And I was like, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I've seen, yeah, they
You
went
know
in
what I'm
on
talking
it.
about?
No.
I'll show you.
You know what, man? They're not
They're
wrong.
not
That's
wrong.
the thing.
The suits,
The
the
suits,
CGI.
that MODOK looking like the.
That's a Shark Boy Lava
Oh,
Girl.
that's Sharkboy and Lava Girl.
Yeah.
But still, yeah.
But still,
It's that's
Sharkboy and Lava Girl was good for that time, but now this shit's ass.
dream.
It has
dream,
good moments,
dream,
but then
dream.
I
It's
yeah. Like now the CGI is like whoa. How's it going? You come here often? Or no?
Sometimes, when the wife lets me.
It's the exact same thing. Yeah, that's the ending with Spy Kids. It's all his variants.
No,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, well, technically they copied Marvel because of the comics.
Yeah.
But
Still.
Still.
I
They
don't
just
know.
happen to have the same color suits.
It just needed a better story. As we said before, I'll start with that bitch.
No, I thought the story was
That's too
good,
crazy.
but the way the writing was at some moments, it just kept taking me out. And like, it's fine to have jokes. Like, it actually has some solid jokes. When he's in there, like, hey, is this it? Hey, is this it?
Drink the goo. Or what is it?
Hey, is this it? MODOK, is this it?
Oh, he keeps calling his name.
Yeah.
What's his name? Damien?
Damien?
Devin?
Dave?
Derek?
Derek, maybe?
Was
I
it
think it was
Derek?
Derek. Devin?
I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Alright, these aren't coming out. I just don't want to make a lot of noise.
What's
What are we
your
looking
next
like
one?
over there?
We are looking
50
at
something.
53.
Hey,
Yeah.
look at that.
Do you think it's about that? Let me get the
Let's
little.
do another one.
Yeah, I'm down. I just have to pee. We can figure something else out.
I'm down.
Down for what?
Another podcast.
All right.
You heard it here, folks. First.
Here, folks.
I heard said it wrong.
We'll be back.
Momentarily.
So I think I heard the outro music coming on.
Yeah.
That's just me, or is it ringing in my ear?
Boom. Boom.
Is the rapture finally here?
Anyways, comment down below any like suggestions for topics or just your comments for this episode. You know, we want to hear you, or just say hey. That's all we want. Just
Don't
say
forget
hey.
to check out the website. Go to the About Us page.
Solid.
10 out of 10.
Solid.
Shout out Jamie, putting in the hard work.
It took us like 3 weeks to even come up with that. Let me tell you. But anyway, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, anything, any platform. At Homies in the Hallway. You can follow me at J Rosa Tutorials on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. How about you, Sixto?
You can find me on Instagram at Sixto_A_13. Nacho.
I'm not sure. Pretty bum. No one?
What flavor is it?
Oh no, probably orange. You can find me at NachoPeriod_0 on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, everything, SoundCloud. You already did the whole. Okay, you don't really find this. Okay. Next episode 50. We gotta figure that out. So technically, like the next one would be like 50, and we were to film afterwards.
No, we can have this be like the storage one.
Go get the bottle.
I don't know, man. We still got
that's
years to get through.
It's crazy.
It's
Alright,
still-
anyways,
it's
the music's still going on. It's too long.
Whoa!
And as always, we love to bid you all
Adieu.
And if we don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bang.